Hi, today we're looking at no 4 in a row, a logic puzzle which can be thought of as kind of the antithesis of the popular board game Connect 4. If you're familiar with that game, then you'll know that the objective is to literally connect 4 tokens of the same colour, players taking it in turns. The objective of this puzzle is to fill in the grid using X's and O's such that you never have 4 or more X's or O's in a row. That's the only rule. That's the only thing we need to worry about. When we talk about having X's in a row or O's in a row, we're talking about horizontally. So here, for example, with not 3 X's, we couldn't put another X in here because that would be 4 in a row. We're also talking about vertically. So we have the same situation going on here. And we're also talking about looking diagonally. So here, for example, we've got 3 X's in a row. We couldn't put another one in here because that would be 4. And of course, we're playing no 4 in a row. So very, very simple puzzle to understand. Fairly simple to start as well. This is a 2-star puzzle. It's a very easy one. This is from back issue of Puzzle Weekly. It's a Tuesday puzzle, so a 2-star. When we get started with a puzzle like this, there's some obvious easy wins. And the first of those is to do what we were just doing, and that is to look for what we call triples. So instances of 3 of the same symbol in a row, because we know that either side of those we can put the opposite symbol. So we already looked at these 3 X's. We know this must be an O, so we can write that in. And if we keep going crossways, first of all, that's the easiest thing. Here we've got 3 O's in a row, so we know that we need an X on either side. And I've worked my way logically down the puzzle, just looking at the rows for the moment like this. You probably spotted some obvious places to go as well, but we'll come back to those because we're still doing the triples. We've got a triple here with this set of X's, so we need an O either side there. Just keeping an eye, looking down. I've got a triple here, but it's already taken care of with that O. And I think the only other triple we need to worry about is this one here. So we'll stick an X in there. I'm going to look at diagonals in a moment. Before we do that, we're going to look at another very common pattern, which you've probably already spotted. And that is what we call a 2 plus 1. So here, for example, we have 2 plus 1 of the same symbol with a gap in between here. The gap cannot be the same symbol because we would be creating a row of 4 of the same. So if we see a 2 plus 1 like this, we know we can put the opposite symbol in the gap. So this is going to be an O. And again, if I work across the puzzle like this, just looking for 2 plus 1s, well, this is a 2 plus 2, which is the same, isn't it? So we know that that's going to be an O. And we've got an O down here as well. And then I'll go vertically, just looking up and down like this. We have a 2 plus 1 here. So we can put an X in there. And we already had a 2 plus 1 here, but that's been taken care of by this triple. So those are the easiest ones. Now what we need to do, of course, is to look across diagonally as well, because we have to remember that the no 4 rule applies diagonally. So we'll go diagonally looking for triples and 2 plus 1s. Now we've got a 2 plus 1 diagonal going on here with these 3 X's. So we know that this square must be an O. And another one here. We've got a basic triple diagonal here. So this is an O in here. And drawing that O gives us a 2 plus 1 here. So we know that this square must be an X. So that's our diagonals in one direction, but of course the thing about diagonals is they go in 2 directions. So we need to look at diagonals going this way as well. We have a basic triple here, which means that this square and this square must both be X's because we've got a triple O. And while we're at it, having filled in this X down here, that's given us a triple here. So we know that this cell must also be a low. There's a 2 plus 1 up here, making that an X. And having written this X in here, that gives us a 2 plus 1 on this diagonal, making this cell an O. And having filled in this O here, we've now got a triple on the horizontal. So we have an X here and an X here. And in simple puzzles like this is pretty much how we go about solving the entire puzzle, is by continuing to look for these 2 plus 1s, triples, and the knock-on effects of either of those. So here we got another 2 plus 1, which makes this one an X, which in turn gives us a triple, meaning that this one and this one are both O's. And this O here gives us a triple here, which means that this one cannot be a low, it has to be an X. With a knock-on effect, that gives us a triple here, and so on and so forth. Now, I've probably missed some of these knock-on effects out as we were going through earlier. We got this diagonal here, for example, so that's an X, and that's an X up there. Got another diagram going from here, which in turn gives us a 2 plus 2 here, so you'll fill the gap. Not just a triple, but also a 2 plus 1. 2 plus 2 reason. And another knock-on effect there. Got a row of 3 O's here, so this one must be an X. A 2 plus 1 here, making this an O. What do we put in this one to complete this? Well, we're not worried about what's going on here. We're not worried about what's going on here because we don't have a triple there, but we are worried about these 3 O's here, which mean we cannot put an O in here. It has to be an X. We can complete this one and this one easily because we've had a triple here. And we've got a 2 plus 1 on the diagonal here, making that an O, which of course means that this one is now at the end of a triple, so must be an X. And that gives us a 2 plus 1 in there, making the gap an O. And we have a 2 plus 1 here, making this gap an X, which I believe means we've completed the puzzle. And we're just going to have a quick look at the solution, and you do the solution matches what we've filled in. So that's a correct solution. The puzzle's complete. So once again, only a 2-star, very simple puzzle. Only needed to worry about using simple techniques, the triples and the 2 plus 1s and the knock-on effects. As the puzzles get harder, the grids get bigger, and we have fewer X's and O's starting us off, and we have to start using longer trains of logic to consider the impact of putting different vectors into different cells. We can't just use the 2 plus 1 and triple technique. It's a good fun puzzle that takes just seconds to learn, very satisfying to solve the easier ones, and you can go much, much harder. If you want to have a go yourself, there's a link in the description to download our free taster pack, which has got a few puzzles in, some harder than this one to solve. And we put these puzzles into Puzzle Weekly every now and then as well, and that comes out every Monday, and that's free. There's a link in the description for that as well.
Hi, I'm Pete. Don't forget you can get our Puzzle Weekly magazine delivered to you every Monday, completely free. Visit the link to get your copy.